ask you a question. Straight the fuck up. What the fuck are we eating? You ever look at your dinner plate anymore and wonder, is this a fucking chicken or is it Frankenstein's fucking cousin that they grew in a jar? Because thanks to the geniuses up at Health Canada, these slimy, gutless government assholes just greenlit something so fucked up, so fucking criminal, they should be in federal prison yesterday. They're letting lab-grown cloned meat into the fucking food chain. Not in 10 years, not in some limited clinical trial. They're doing it right now. And here's the best part. They're doing it without telling anyone. No labels, no warnings, no fucking nothing. It's a culinary back-alley deal, and you, the customer, are the one getting fucked. Oh, but don't worry, folks. It's not lab meat. It's not synthetic flesh. No, no, no. That would sound honest, and we can't have that. They're calling it cellular agriculture. A nice, soft, friendly-sounding term. It sounds like something a vegan at a yoga retreat in California would say right before they try to serve you a plate of cricket burgers and synthetic eggs made from algae. But let's translate that bullshit into plain English. What it really means is this. They take a chunk of muscle out of some poor, unsuspecting animal, they throw it in a glorified petri dish with a bunch of chemicals, and they grow that shit like a science experiment in some corporate cancer lab. And then, voila! Congratulations, you're eating cloned pork stir-fry at your favorite fucking Chinese restaurant, and you don't even know it. It's a shell game with your dinner. And you know what word they used in their official press release? The word that should send a chill down your spine? Quiet. They said it in November, real soft, real sneaky, hoping nobody would notice. Health Canada quietly decided that cloned cattle and swine are just as safe as real animals. Oh, really? Based on what? Some study they won't show us? Some expert panel paid for by the same fucking companies that are making this shit? Since when the fuck did we, the people, get a vote on that? They fundamentally changed the food supply in this country behind closed doors, without even pretending to ask the Canadian people what they thought about it. No labels, no public hearings, no disclosures. Just shut the fuck up, eat what you're given, and hope you don't grow a third eyeball. And here's the part that really makes my fucking blood boil. This is the part that keeps me up at night. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows the long-term health effects of eating this shit. Nobody. What if it causes cancer? What if these lab-grown cells do something weird in your body? What if it fucks with your DNA, your immune system, your gut, your fucking brain? And you know what's gonna happen when the problems start showing up 10, 20 years down the line? You know what they'll say. They'll blame red meat. They'll say, see, the cow was the problem all along. They'll blame the entire cow, the one that's been feeding humanity for thousands of years, not the fake-ass petri dish garbage they replaced it with. They'll say, see, meat is dangerous. Time for more bugs. Time for more soy paste. It's a setup, a long-term con, and your health is the collateral damage. Fuck that. Now let's talk about religion and ethics for a second. You think the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, the Hindus, any fucking religion with dietary laws that go back centuries, you think they signed off on this lab-grown meat bullshit? Hell no. People have rules. They have moral reasons for what they eat. They have ethical standards. These things matter. And now, they can't even trust a fucking grocery store to tell them the truth, because the government thinks it's too complicated to let people decide for themselves what goes into their own bodies. Nah, it's easier to just let them eat the mystery meat and pray they don't drop dead after dinner. It's a middle finger to every person of faith in the country. And while we're talking about the traitors who let this happen, let's talk about Mark fucking Carney, Mr. Globalist banker himself, Mr. World Economic Forum puppet, Mr. You'll eat fake meat, you'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. This son of a bitch is the poster boy for everything that is wrong with this country's leadership. You think this lab-grown meat experiment isn't directly connected to that asshole and his whole creepy agenda? Think again. These scumbags, these unelected technocrats are pushing this agenda for one reason, and one reason only: control. You control the food supply, you control the people. End of fucking story. This isn't about innovation, it's about subjugation. So to every Canadian out there, every person who still gives a shit about what they feed their family, wake the fuck up. You are being experimented on like a bunch of lab rats in a cage, and they're not even giving you the decency of a fucking label on your food. No one knows what the hell they're eating anymore. No one knows if their hamburger came from a cow or from a fucking computer program. And it's gonna get worse, a lot worse, unless you stand up and fight back. Now. So what do? Let me make this clear from a legal standpoint. Lawsuits should be flying left and fucking right starting yesterday. Every religious group in the country should be filing a class action suit for violating their religious freedom. Every parent, every citizen who gives a damn about informed consent. You sue these bastards. You sue the suppliers of this synthetic shit. You sue the grocery store chains that are selling it without a label. You sue Health Canada for dereliction of duty. And you sue Trudeau's corrupt, rotting government for allowing it to happen. You take this shit to court, and you don't stop until heads roll and the truth comes out. And in the meantime, look, I ain't saying every restaurant is out there trying to sneak this shit onto your plate. They probably don't know either. That's the beauty of the scam. If there's no label, if there's no paperwork, if the suppliers don't have to disclose shit, then even your favorite local steakhouse could be serving up a synthetic fucking salami and have no clue. And you're the one paying $40 for the privilege of eating it. And the same goes for every big grocery store chain. You see a package of ground beef on sale? It could be cloned pork from a test tube in fucking Ottawa. Nobody fucking knows. The entire system is compromised. And I hate to say this, I really fucking do. But unless you've got your own farmer, someone you trust, someone you can look in the eye, you might want to start thinking about going vegetarian. I'm not even joking. This ain't some crunchy granola bullshit. This is about survival. Because if you don't know where your meat is coming from, if it ain't labeled, if it could be a fucking petri dish science project, then what the hell are you really eating? You're playing roulette with your health, and these bastards don't give a single fuck if you get sick down the road. They'll blame the meat. They'll blame your diet. They'll blame anything except the fake shit they shoved into your fucking dinner. So yeah, find a local farmer, or back the fuck off meat until this war is over. That's how serious this is. So here's what you do in the meantime. You listen close. You take matters into your own hands. Find a local farmer. Find a butcher. Buy your meat from someone you can look in the eye, someone you trust. Buy a whole cow in bulk during the summer with your neighbors and fill your fucking freezer. You treat this like a life or death decision, because it fucking is. This ain't just about taste or price or politics. This is about your survival. It's about your family, your health, and your fucking future. If you keep eating this government-approved mystery meat, you might not know what hit you until it's too late. And when your doctor sits you down and says, "Oh, it looks like your blood cells have mysteriously mutated into something we've never seen before," just remember, you trusted Trudeau's lab rats instead of your local butcher. This is what happens. This is what happens when you let a bunch of globalist scumbags, a bunch of corporate vampires run your food supply. They lie, they sneak, they experiment on you, and they feed you clone shit with a smile. Enough. This isn't food. This is war, and your dinner plate is the new battlefield. So stock up, get smart, and never ever trust these pricks again. If you ain't subscribed by now, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Smash that button, drop a comment, hit the like, and share this shit with everybody who eats food, which is fucking everyone last I checked. They ain't pushing this in the algorithm, so it's you versus the system. Chris Dallas, Celebrity Recreations, best fucking scripts on the internet. Period. Vinny fucking Gambini and Chris Dallas are out of here.